2 or more public hearings during the drafting process. The board shall review the charters of other counties to determine the best practices for Charles County. The board will be staffed by the Office of the County Attorney. Those were the additions that I made.
You know I always have a question. Commissioner Davis.
In the resolution,
Uh-huh.
it specifically, no, not the resolution, my apologies. In the formation worksheet,
Yes, ma'am.
it specifically says the charter board will draft a charter for Charles County to change. I don't think those were the instructions, do you?
The charter board, it was my understanding, would determine whether
Yes.
to move forward with
All
a
right.
charter form of
Yes.
government.
And if
So
they- and if
so
they
the
deem
board
so-
could determine after spending a year that it's not applicable to Charles County, it can come back to us.
I thought we were following the Maryland code.
Yeah.
And because the eventual outcome will be determined
By the voter,
citizen.
yeah.
Yeah, I did not understand the
I mean,
charge
I
to
thought
be
that's
that.
what we voted on.
I thought so
I mean,
too.
we established it and we use as a reference the code.
Yeah, that's the specific reference in the
Well, I think it should
annotated code.
ultimately be up to the voters anyway, so I think that's fine.
So as long as, at least 2 of us didn't understand that, but, so.
Kind of like a minor
so that's-
subdivision.
That's appropriate, that's what he said.
Kind of like a minor subdivision.
So we all agree that we are charging them to draft the form of government,
Exactly.
a charter form of
Like,
government,
this is different than,
the advisory.
right, because
This is a
before
board.
there was like an advisory body, but it wasn't based on the code or wasn't established under the code.
So my next question is, so we give the board this charge,
Yes.
they come back with with a charter document. Is it up to us to approve it, or are we out of the mix altogether? and
No,
just-
it requires, you can make changes to it as you see fit, and it requires a vote of this body to place it on the
ballot.
ballot.
So
Okay.
you can be
Right, so it's
opposed
really up to us first, and if we,
for it to become a referendum item.
right, that's
Got
fine.
it?
Okay, do we,